Hey, what up everybody? It's Crazy here, back with a updated Dark Magician deck profile. Went to locals the other night, last night, and we did alright, but there were definitely some things we could tweak and change, and that's what we're here for. So enjoy our journey as we try to make the best deck for our locals. And keep in mind, everybody's locals might be different, and what you may run in your deck or may need to run in your deck may be different from what you see here. To each his own, and there's more than one deck list that can win. So let's go out there and just show the world that Dark Magician can do some damage. Up first, we got our lone copy of DMG. Then I have a lone copy of the United Dragon. I did cut it down to one. Didn't really need too much more than that. I do have a second one side deck just in case, but I really only ever had to use the one. Up next, our Apprentice Illusion Magician. Some people say she's a brick. I like to say keep her in your deck, because at least for me, she always comes in clutch. So I will definitely keep running with her. For one of our new cards, and this is just a one-off, just to try to deal with some stuff at our locals, to try to help us deal with some stuff. We got one Fallen of Albaz. Then up next, for our twos, we got two copies of Illusion of Chaos. I did cut it down to two. I didn't really have too much of a problem getting it to my hand when I did some test runs at two. So we'll see. And I didn't really have, like, if I didn't have it in my hand, I didn't have a problem getting it to my hand last night. So I think two will be just fine. Then we got our two copies of Dark Magician. Then we have three copies of Ash Blossom. Three copies of Magician's Rod. And our three copies of Souls. I did have Ghost Reaper in here, or no, Spooky Dogwood. I had Spooky Dogwood in here, but I ended up swapping it out for Ash, because I found, like, when I was running my Ashes and my Imperms, I would get at least one of them in hand when I was going second, and then like either one Ash or one Imperm was doing the job. So decided to go ahead and main the Ashes. And like I said, everybody else's situation might be different. But on to the spells. We got our one copy of Magician's Salvation, one copy of Secrets of Dark Magic, one copy of Magicalized Fusion, and then we're just running a lone copy of Branded Fusion, and you'll see why. Like I said, it's just to try to help me deal with some stuff at my locals. So, like, I completely understand if you don't want to run it, but like, I'm trying it out. So we'll see. And then, since I did cut down to two Illusion of Chaos, I'm running a copy of Prep. Got one Red Eyes Fusion. I do want to note, which I never see anybody do this, everybody always uses Red Eyes, or like I've seen people use like King of the Swamp. But I'm gonna, like, if I draw it, I'll use it to dump Timeus or to dump Fallen of Albaz and get Dragoon out on the field, because you just had it. You use it to fusion summon a Red Eyes monster, but it doesn't specify what monsters you have to use. It just use materials from your field, deck, or hand. So Timeus counts. Timaeus. If you want to judge me for my use of language, then more power to you. I've run into one called by. Just I was dealing with so many graveyard effects and stuff last night that like a called by would have been really, really nice. And then I did cut it down to just 2 dark magic circles. I really only ever needed to run, or like only ever needed 2 copies. Like I didn't have too much of a problem getting to the second copy. And like I was able to get a copy in my hand first turn pretty easily. Like I wasn't dealing with too many like negates and anything, so I think we'll be just fine. And then I have 3 copies of Soul Servant. Standard practice. Up next for our traps, we got 1 Magician Navigation. I took it out at first. It's another card that I added back in, and there's some situations last night that it would have been really clutch had I used it. Eternal Soul, I have 2 copies. 2 Solemn Strikes. 3 Imperms. And then, last but not least, our 3 skill drains. Like I said, with the Ash, like I was either able, if I was going second, I was Ashing or Imperming them, and then I was good. Basically, like they would just set 1 and pass, and then if I went first, and if nothing else, like if I wasn't able to get anything going, I would at the very least be able to get a skill drain set, and then open up and they're not able to do anything, and then I just run it back and I'm able to get my setup out. On to the extra deck here. We got our 1 copy of Link Karibo, our 1 copy of Link Spider, just in case we gotta dump our Dark Magician and that's the only monster on field. We got our Wee Witch. I've seen a lot of people saying something about dump Wee Witch. She came in clutch in way too many situations last night. Every time she got destroyed, I was able to bring back a card I needed from my graveyard. And it was just it's too good for me to take it out my deck. It's just I can't. Our 1 copy of Selene. I got a copy of BLS. Actually one of the newer cards that I added in, and it just again came in clutch for me last night. Access Code Talker, pretty standard, I feel like. Got our Ebone Illusion, our Big Eye, we got our 2 Dragoons, 1 Dark Magicians, I cut it down to just 1 Dragon Knight for right now to make room for some things. Got Quintet. Then we got Mirror Jade. This will be my Brandon Fusion target. when I'm able to get it to hand to hopefully, like I said, help me deal with some things, and then to make sure we have a negate, can activate its negate, have the Glory Dragon to dump. Like I said, that is completely situational. I don't expect everybody to be running it, but for me and what I am having to deal with at my locals, it's what I'm gonna run because I feel like it should make a difference. Give me that extra power. Then extra deck, we got our Dragon Knight. We got Master of Chaos. We got a backup Illusion of Chaos just in case I feel like I'm having trouble getting it to my hand, but I'll probably end up taking it out, honestly. We got our Magic Cylinder, which was, it came in so clutch for me last night. I threw it in just for shits and giggles, and it ended up working out really well on multiple occasions. We got another Red Eyes Fusion just in case. Another Timaeus just in case. Which again, some of this stuff I might be taking out. I think Master of Chaos is here to stay. Magic Cylinders and Red Eyes Fusion is here to stay. But Timaeus and Illusion of Chaos and Dragon Knight. Timaeus, Dragon Knight, and Illusion of Chaos. These three are here to stay, but these three are probably going to get subbed out at some point. And then some more that are like for sure here to stay. My Spooky Dogwoods, just to rack up some extra LP. Droll, just to try to help stop people from continuously adding cards. And then our Nibs, for in case somebody wants to try to go off. So again, I just want to say, for the Branded Fusion, the Fallen of Albaz, the Mirror Jade, and the Glory Dragon, feel free to completely ignore that I had these in here. I do not expect anybody to be running these four in a Magician deck. And like I said, personally, I want to try to keep it as pure as I possibly can, Magician Engine, but with what I'm dealing with and what I've seen at my locals and what I was going against, it would be really, really helpful just to have that extra sidebar to go to, just to have that extra option. You feel me? Like I said, it's very situational. Feel free not to run it. Feel free to ignore it. It does not matter to me. But I had taken some stuff out, and I'm like, why not put it in there, try it out? Who knows? I might be back on Monday after I go to my locals and have a completely different deck list because I went there and it just didn't work at all. So, yeah, like I said, feel free to ignore it. Feel free to take notes, give opinions, give options. Like I said, it's a far from perfect deck list, and it's continuously growing and going to continually evolve over time, like any deck should, and like any duelist should do with their deck. So, yeah, but I appreciate everybody for stopping by and watching, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Peace out.